why did I buy this car? That's what most people are going to wonder, because there are dozens of electric vehicles to choose from now. There's the Leaf. There is some pure electrics from Volkswagen, like the e-Golf. There's one from Honda. Does it Toyota have a fully electric vehicle? Um, we've got the Hyundai Ioniq EV, which also comes in a plug-in hybrid version. You've got Tesla with 77% of the EV market share in the U.S. and North America, maybe. Only about 3,000, I think, EVs sold in the U.S. last year, in the U.S. last month. They're not selling a ton of these things because it's sort of this, we have to buy these things for the electric chargers to come up. We need to keep supporting them. We need to keep kind of investing in it in order for the market to grow. At some point, there's going to be this like tipping point where EVs will become what everyone goes to first. We're not there yet. I do think that the market is, the future is electric. So we're getting there, and it's only a matter of time. I think that we're going to have gasoline cars on the road for the next 50 years. I know that seems crazy, but that's what I think. But in the next 10 years, I do think that we're going to move to a market where the majority of people look at electrics first, and then in 20 years, electric will be the only thing the majority, as in like 95, 98% of the car buyers will purchase in 20 years will be an electric vehicle. And there will be gasoline vehicles available, and they will be for enthusiasts. Enthusiasts that want to do track days, enthusiasts that want to do autocross, drag racing, canyon carving, modders, tuners. That market will still exist for a long time until it becomes so niche that the major companies like BMW finally stop making their last petrol motors. But for now, EVs are niche. So why did I buy one? Why did I buy this? Well, in 2019, if you had told me in January that I'd be owning an electric car this year, I would have said no. We're not there yet. I'm not there yet. Financially, I didn't want to spend 50 grand on a vehicle, nor did I want to spend 25 to 35 grand for an Econo shitbox. So I read a blog called The Truth About Cars, and last Thursday they posted a blog post saying that the cheapest lease this year in America is an electric vehicle. So far in 2019, it's the cheapest lease. I don't believe that, but supposedly it is. Supposedly, this car, the Ioniq's only available, I think, in 7 states. New York State's one of them, Vermont's one of them, and Maine is one of them. California, of course. And in New York State, there's $2,500 off if you purchase an electric vehicle. Or, sorry, $2,500 voucher, whatever. Hyundai announced a 2020 model of this, which is supposed to have a better range, which is the biggest complaint about this, is it doesn't get far enough on a tank of gas. So 2020s are coming any day now. And so Hyundai, for some reason, said to dealers in those 7 states that if you lease these to someone through Hyundai Motor Finance, we will take $14,500 off the sticker price. I know, right? And I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And then also, there's $2,500 back in New York State. And also, I live in New Hampshire, so I don't get charged sales tax when I buy cars. So when you do the math, it's a zero down, $125 a month lease. No fees. All the fees are baked into the vehicle price. So no tax fees, no title fees, no registration fees, no DMV fees, no VIN etching, no white glove service, none of that. There's no fees at all, as in there, because they're all baked into the price. So I wanted a lower monthly payment, so I gave them $1,000. If you give $2,000, the payment's $75 a month. If you give $1,000, the payment's $100 a month. That's the way I figured it. So I gave them $1,000, payment on $100 a month. And then they found there was an extra rebate, so it ended up becoming $75 a month. So it just kind of came out of nowhere. So it's $75 total out the door price per month 36 months, 10,000 miles. And once I did this math, I'm like, how can I not get this, right? So the price was so crazy good that I'm like, now for some people a 10,000 mile lease is impossible, especially people that have kids. That's one thing that people should probably factor into their lifestyles. Everyone on Lease Hacker that was going insane about this deal. Yes, there's a site called Lease Hacker. Was like losing their shit because they were like, I already have 2 cars. I'm buying 2. I'm gonna lease 2 of these things. I'm gonna have one my kid's gonna drive, and one I'm gonna give to like my mother-in-law to drive. Like, it was just ridiculous how people were they were going crazy because they were like, this is the best deal ever. And so that's the buyer for the lessee for these things, is that 10,000 mile lease isn't very good. It's a cheap car, cheap as in like shitty inside. It's pretty affordable for an EV, but cheap as in the interior is pretty cheap. It's considered cruise control. But so a lot of people were getting these as third cars, basically, not second or first cars. And so that's kind of where I fall in this too. So why I got an Ioniq EV is not because I am super green, not because I want to be snotty about it, not because I want to be a part of the future, not because I want to sit around and wait for these damn things to charge. I do my own maintenance. I'm a car guy, as you all know that watch this channel. I got it because the effective rate with insurance and electric and the lease price itself is like $165 or $175 a month. It's just insane how cheap this thing is. So that's the short version of why I bought this thing. Now that I have it though, it's nice, sure. It's going to be great to have. It's very convenient to have a fully charged electric vehicle that you go 2 down, you go back from town, and then a couple hours later at the house, you're back charged again. That's nice. If I deplete it to 0 and don't plug it into a level 2 charger, that's gonna take a while, like 24 hours to recharge. But as far as my commute, which is 5.7 miles each way to the office, I'll be able to recharge it in a couple hours at night on a standard wall plug. So it's fantastic for that. And I gotta be honest, if this was a VW Jetta for $75 a month, I also would have leased it. Like, anything for $75 a month just seems like a no-brainer. Most leases start around $150 a month, and most of the cheapest leases start at $150 a month. There's talking like a base Jetta here, but that base Jetta is going to require, for some of you non-New Hampshire or Oregon, to pay sales tax on it. Right off the bat, sales tax has to be paid by the buyer, but then also, and that's the MSRP, what the sale price is, sales tax. But it also requires you to pay all these administrative fees, dealer fees, title fees, tax fees, all kinds of stuff like that. So it ends up becoming there's a like calculator for leasing, basically. There's your do-it signing cost, there's your monthly cost, and then there's like your drive-away cost. What's your drive-away cost? And in most cases, when you look at the do-it signing, which is usually about $1,000 to $2,500, $1,000 to $2,500, plus the do-it signing cost, getting into a lease costs about $3,000. So when you look at the 36-month term, you need to look at, yeah, okay, it's $150 a month, 36 months. But when you factor in what you had to write a check for to leave the dealership with the keys, it ends up being a $250 lease. So really, the $150 leases don't really exist in states with sales tax when you add in fees as well. This was truly a $1,000 do-it signing lease, and that's all I gave them. And then next month I will get a bill, and that $1,000 includes my first month bill for $75, $99. But then next month my bill will be $99, and sorry, I keep saying 75. Sorry about that. And that'll be it. So it'll be $1,000 down, and then my second month I owe $99, and then I owe 34 more payments of $99, and I can put 30,000 miles on this for the price. I looked at the fine print. They also added in, as part of a leasing program, they added in the tire, wheel, and bodywork protection, which I've never needed before. But it means that if something happens that's not an insurance claim, or if I don't want to use my insurance, I can go to any Hyundai dealership, show them this piece of paper, which is in my glove box, and they'll repair small dents, paint chips, wheel damage, and they'll do tire replacements if the tire was popped or flat on a public road. You can't be off-roading in this thing. But they'll do basic repairs for free, which will save me money when I turn the car back into the end of the lease, and also keep me from doing insurance claims if someone like hits my car with a shopping cart or something. So that's also included. That was a $901 fee, but then like it wasn't added in. I'm very confused about that, but I looked at the whole thing and I talked to like 3 finance people there, and I'm like, seriously. At first I said, no, I don't want this. And they said, well, if you don't want it, it doesn't save you any money. And I said, I don't believe you. And we went through all of it line by line. Like, it's not in there anywhere. It's just a part of the lease thing. So that was included. The full warranty is included, and the buyout price is about $13,500 to buy this out at the end of the lease. So it's still an insane deal because it's a $31,800 car with a $16,500 price reduction because of incentives from the manufacturer in New York State. And then, which they had to verify, they weren't sure I would qualify for $2,500 off. Also, Allstate's doing a program now that if you do a quote with them, if you do a Hyundai insurance quote with them, even if you don't buy insurance from them, they will still, some foolery going up here, they will still mail you a check in 45 days for $500. It's called bonus. It's at bonusdrive.com. Basically, just by getting a quote with Allstate and giving them your demographics, which is my like age, date, birth date, gender, that kind of stuff, they are going to mail me a check for $500, even if I never join Allstate. Does that make sense? So when you factor in the $500 check I'm getting, that'll pay for the registration in New Hampshire, and then I'm saving the $16,500 from Hyundai in New York State for an EV, and then at the end of my lease term, if you include the $1,000 plus $100 a month, I would be spending roughly $4,500 for 3 years to own this, to lease this. And then at the end of those 3 years, for $13,500, I can buy it from Hyundai. And it'll still have 3 years of the complete warranty remaining. It'll also have 7 years of the powertrain warranty remaining, and it'll still have the lifetime battery warranty remaining. So if I don't hate this car in 3 years, it's actually quite an insane deal. At the very least, Heather's car in 3 years may be done with if she wants to just get this as her daily driver. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the battery range is doing then, how the car's doing then, how the tech is doing. All that stuff will need to be factored in. But yeah, at least a car. So that's kind of my short-ish video of why I bought the Hyundai Ioniq EV, and I'm pretty damn impressed with it so far. The last like 20 miles, so I had a 120-mile range from the charging station, but I've driven 35 miles, and I've only used 17 miles of my range because I was going down a mountain the entire time. So I was basically in half charge mode that entire time. So I was regenerating pretty much the entire ride home. And that's pretty awesome. So I have 47 miles to go to get home, 104-mile range, and things are good. So, guys, this is an awesome car for the price. I would not have financed this car for $32,000, but when Hyundai and New York State gave me $16,500 off, well, shit, man, hell of a deal. So I'll talk more about this in future videos. This was just kind of a why I purchased it. Thanks for watching. I'm not giving up the Golf R. I'm not giving up petrol motors. I'm just excited. So thanks for watching, and be safe.